Hey there everybody, this is Tom from Meyer Hatchery's YouTube channel. Fall has finally arrived, and with the temperatures dropping the way they are, one thing that's been on the mind of all of us poultry lovers is how to keep our flocks happy, healthy, and warm and cozy during the winter months that are right around the corner. And you know, we've done a video on this that was hosted by Marie, where she shows us all how to winterize our coops for the cold months ahead. Why don't you do this with me? Let's go ahead and revisit that video. Join in with me. Let's give it another quick viewing. I know that it's loaded with tips and tricks that are going to be helpful for all of us.
Hey everyone, Marie here with Meyer Hatchery, and today is the day I'm going to get my winter coop prep done. I've got a small list of chores I'm going to get done today. First on the list, we're going to get some small nail holes and gaps caulked with some of this caulk. We're also going to fill the bigger gaps with some of this spray foam. I've got some insulating to do on the underside of my ceiling in there where we did an expansion, and a metal coop likes to have humidity condense on that. So we're going to insulate with some rigid styrofoam panels. And then I'm also going to install my heated chicken mat to help a few of my older birds get through winter. Here we go. First on my list of things to do is I've got some nail holes I need to seal up in the ceiling and also in the sides. We've added on to the coop, and when we renovated, we left a few nail holes here and there where we missed putting the siding on the barn as we were installing it. So I'm going to use some window and door caulk, latex caulk, to seal up some of the nail holes. So here we go. As you can see, I've gotten started. I've just got a few little spots here I need to touch up and make sure that no moisture comes through in those little spots. So let that dry, and then now we're going to move on to what I use for bigger cracks. As I will, once I'm done with the caulking, I'll use some of the expanding foam to seal up bigger cracks. So here we go, we'll do that next. Ready to do the foaming. Here's our great stuff, and I always like to try to use the entire can at one time because those little straws like to plug up. Make sure you get the non-expanding. It does expand, but it's a little more, it's not as expanding as much. It's for the windows and doors. That way it won't bulge any siding or anything. So, yuck. Look at all those spider webs. I gotta reach up there. Oh. This is just gonna help seal up that gap up there. You can see where the roof meets the side of the barn. So I'm just going to take some of this spray foam. Seal up that gap like that. Alright, the next thing on the to-do list after the foaming is to install our heated chicken mat. I'm so excited about this. Here's what it looks like. 19 by 13 plug-in heated chicken mat. I'm going to use this winter to help with some of those breeds I have in my flock. The cream leg bars in particular have kind of a floppy comb. White leghorns would be another one. Those breeds tend to get frostbitten combs here. I'm not a big fan of heating the coop in the wintertime using the red heat lamps. Too much of a fire hazard in my opinion. When I have shavings on the coop floor, if those lamps should get knocked down, you could have a barn fire pretty easily. But this is a little bit different. It acts kind of like a heating pad just on this one side. As you can see, I've got it already plugged in. It's got this little LED light that comes on when, see, it just came on there. It's got a thermostat in it, so you're not wasting electricity. It only heats when it's needed. So you can see that's blinking on and off as it starts to heat, and it immediately cools back down. It's a nice warm day in here. We don't really need it plugged in, but I'm going to get it fitted. You can use this one of two ways. You can either use it flat on your coop, but like I said, since I have wood shavings, I don't really want it laying in the shavings, so I'm going to mount it vertically up against the side of the coop wall here. So watch while I get this installed. I'm just I pre-drilled some holes and installed some screws and washers. Those fasteners do not come with it. You can screw into this flat edge around here according to the manufacturer's instructions, but don't place screws into the raised portion of that's where the heating element is. This is made of a hard, durable plastic. So you can drive a screw right through that lip, and I'm going to install it into this stud here. So here we go. Okay, that's all there is to that. That'll be nice and warm for the chickens in the winter if they feel like they need a little supplemental heat. I'll let you know in a blog later on what I think about it after the winter's done. All right, on to the next job. All right, the final thing to do today to get my coop ready for winter will be to install insulation in the ceiling of the chicken coop. The reason I'm doing this is because I have enough chickens in there that in the wintertime it's warm in the coop but it's cold outside, and when you have that air temperature difference, the moisture in the warm air inside the coop tends to hit the cold ceiling and condense, and then it actually kind of rains down on the chickens in the wintertime, gets the bedding much more wet. So we're going to insulate that to help prevent that condensation from happening on the roof. So today I'm using just rigid foam insulation panels. These come as 4x8 sheets at your local hardware store, and I just cut them in the 14-inch width that I need between my joists in my ceiling. This is 1.5 inch thick. It has an R value of 7.5, and I just take it in there, wedge it up in there, and then install some staples on either joist in between to kind of help hold it up in there. So it does a really good job of keeping the coop a little drier with that moisture not condensing under the ceiling. So that's the last job I have today. So today I caulked up any little holes we had in the steel on the siding, and I used the foam to seal up the gaps in the ceiling, and then we're going to install our heat mat, and then we also did our foam on the ceiling. So that's my winter coop prep. Let me know if I've missed anything. If you have any comments, please share those with us, and don't forget to check us out online at meyerhatchery.com. We have some great deals for you for October, November of 2018 that just kicked off today. So if you don't already, subscribe to our newsletter. Make sure you do that. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get all of the notifications for the great content we're bringing to you. This is Marie with Meyer Hatchery, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks.